Hello live wires, Heather Boyd Wire here, and today I'm making a wire and crystal bracelet using the same components that I used for my dangling earrings. I'll link up the tutorial in the description below the video. You can use any of these components. I'm using 20 gauge Beadalon German style wire and 6mm glass faceted beads. I have a steel block and a rawhide mallet. And my tools are the Beadalon Slimline Series chain nose pliers, round nose pliers, the Glimmer Series nipper tool, their nylon jaw pliers, and their bail making pliers. I'm using 6 inches of 20 gauge German style wire, and with the bail making pliers I'm going to make a closed loop on the end of the wire. Now I'm going to continue making loops, and we are doing a row of 3 loops, and you are going to alternate bending from the front and then bending to the back. That way this piece is going to sit flat. After the 3rd loop, we're going to make sure it's bent down at an angle because we are forming a diamond shape. Bend the next loop to the opposite side. Adjust it as you go so the loops are right beside each other, and keep going. We're going to make our 3rd loop on the 2nd side and then bending the wire down on an angle. Do another loop. Take your time with this, making sure the wires are right flat beside each other. And you can just rotate with your bail making pliers to position the loops correctly. So here's the 3rd loop, and then we're bending it up to complete the diamond. Again, for this design I like to make 3 loops on the last side, and I will stack the 1st loop and the last loop together, so they will hold together well when I make the bracelet or earrings, and you can make a ring as well. Clip the end, push it in, make all those little adjustments, wiggle it around so those 2 loops are stacked up. Give a little press with the nylon jaw pliers, bringing them around, giving it a little press. And now you can hammer it with the rawhide mallet. Flip it and hammer it again. And now we're going to take 1.5 inches of the 20 gauge German wire, bend it on an angle, slide on a 6mm glass faceted bead or crystal, bend the wire up at a little less than 1/4 inch, and then we can slide it onto the diamond, making sure one of the wires goes through the double loop and then the other wire goes through the opposite side. Now just push those wires to the back, straight back, give them a little bit of a push and clip them flush, making sure there's enough to tuck in to hold the bead in place. Cut both ends flush and get your chain nose pliers just to push those little ends in so there's no pokey ends. Let's give it a little push so it just sits right in there, and we'll do the same on the other side. Push in that end. Now we can take the round nose pliers just to make sure those 2 loops are stacked. Now we'll take 1.5 inches of the 20 gauge German style wire, cut the end flush, and make a centered loop with our bail making pliers. And then we're going to flip it around and add our glass bead. Clip it to just a little less than 1/2 inch and grab the end with the bail making pliers and bend it out and around to make a centered loop. Now make sure those loops are parallel, and then we're going to open it up and attach our diamonds. Close it and make sure it's on the end with the double loops. Now we're going to open the other side and attach our next link. And we will continue with that until we have it long enough for your bracelet. Make sure they're nice and closed. Now we're going to take our clasp and put it on the end. I will link up the tutorial for the safety clasp, which is perfect for this project. I'm going to open it up and slide it on the end. You can also use jump rings to slide on your clasp, but these ones will go directly on. Here's the tutorial for the safety clasps. I'll link it up in the description below the video. And here's our finished bracelet. Just hooks on there. It's going to stay on and it dangles really nicely. Thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making tutorials. You can also join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook to share photos of your wire art and wire jewelry. You can get the templates for most of my projects in my Etsy DIY shop. Be sure to use the coupon code SAVE25 to save 25% when you purchase any 5 templates, tutorials, or ebooks in my shop. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.